Welcome back to our journey through the Bible. Long ago in the hill country of Ephraim, there lived a gentle woman named Hannah. She was married to a faithful man, Elkanah, who loved her dearly. Elkanah did his best to make Hannah happy, but a deep sorrow shadowed her heart. Hannah had no children. In those days, having children was seen as the greatest blessing from God, and a woman's place in the community often depended on it. Year after year, Hannah's arms remained empty. To make things harder, Elkanah had another wife named Peninnah, who had many sons and daughters. Their laughter filled the house, and every day Hannah watched them play, her own heart aching with longing. Peninnah was not kind. She would taunt Hannah, saying cruel things to make her feel worthless. "Why are you so sad, Hannah?" She'd mock. "Perhaps God has forgotten you." These words cut Hannah like a knife, as she would often retreat to her room to weep, wondering if God had truly forgotten her. Every year, Elkanah took his family to the holy place at Shiloh to worship. He would divide the meat from the sacrifice, giving a special double portion to Hannah because he loved her. But this only made Peninnah crueler. She would provoke Hannah until she left the feast in tears, unable to eat. One year, seeing Hannah crying again, Elkanah's heart broke. "Hannah," he said gently, "why are you weeping? Am I not worth more to you than 10 sons? She knew he loved her, but his love couldn't fill the emptiness she felt. After the feast that evening, Hannah slipped away to the entrance of the tabernacle, the holy place where God's presence dwelt. The old priest Eli sat watching over the sacred site. There, Hannah's heart broke open. All the years of waiting, all the tears and whispered prayers came pouring out. She began to pray with such intensity that her whole body trembled. Her lips moved, but no sound came out as tears streamed down her face. "O Lord Almighty," her heart cried, "if you will only look on my misery and remember me and give me a son, then I will give him back to you for all the days of his life." She made a sacred promise. If God answered her prayer, she would give her son back to serve him. Watching her, old Eli made a terrible mistake. He saw her lips moving without sound and thought she was drunk. "How long will you keep on getting drunk?" He called out sharply, "Put away your wine." Lifting her tear-stained face, Hannah answered him gently, "No, my lord, I am not drunk. I am a woman who is deeply troubled, and I was pouring out my soul to the Lord. I have been praying out of my great anguish and grief." Eli looked at her more carefully now and saw the deep faith in her eyes. His expression softened. "Go in peace," he said kindly, "and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." At that moment, something changed in Hannah. A heavy weight lifted from her shoulders. She replied softly, "May your servant find favor in your eyes." She returned to her family, and for the first time in a long time, she ate. Her face, once marked by sorrow, now showed a quiet peace. She had placed her burden in God's hands and trusted him. Early the next morning, the family worshipped one last time before returning home to Ramah. And God remembered Hannah. In his perfect timing, she became pregnant. The joy she felt was beyond words. When her time came, she gave birth to a baby boy. Cradling him in her arms, tears of joy streamed down her cheeks. "I will call him Samuel," she whispered, "because I asked the Lord for him." Samuel meant heard by God, a name that would forever remind them of God's faithfulness. Hannah did not go with Elkanah to Shiloh the following year. "I will wait," she told him, "until the boy is weaned. Then I will take him to appear before the Lord, and he will live there always." Elkanah understood. "Do what seems best to you," he said. "May the Lord make good his word." So Hannah stayed home, nursing her precious son. Every moment was a treasure, because she knew her time with him would be short. She had made a promise to God, and she would keep it. When Samuel was about 3 years old, Hannah knew it was time. She prepared gifts for the Lord and dressed Samuel in his finest clothes. The journey to Shiloh must have been bittersweet, each step bringing her closer to fulfilling her vow, but also to saying goodbye. When they arrived, Hannah brought Samuel to Eli. "Pardon me, my lord," she said, her voice steady. "Do you remember me? I am the woman who stood here praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted my request. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given to the Lord." She then knelt beside little Samuel and explained that he would stay here with Eli, learning to serve God. The little boy looked up at his mother with trusting eyes. And there at Shiloh, Samuel bowed down and worshiped the Lord. Hannah's heart was full, not with sorrow, but with overwhelming gratitude. Her son would grow up knowing God in a way few children ever would. Her sacrifice would become a blessing for all of Israel. Then Hannah prayed, not a prayer of petition, but a beautiful song of praise. "My heart rejoices in the Lord," she sang. "There is no one holy like the Lord. The Lord brings death and makes alive. The barren woman has borne 7 children. It was a prophecy, for Hannah would indeed have more children, 3 more sons and 2 daughters. But Samuel would always be special, the first fruit of her faith. Hannah returned home, but Samuel remained at Shiloh, growing up serving the Lord under Eli's care. As he grew, God was with him, and Samuel became one of the greatest prophets Israel ever knew. He would anoint kings and speak God's truth to the nation. And it all began with a prayer, the desperate, heartfelt prayer of a woman who trusted that God heard her cries. Hannah's story reminds us that no prayer goes unheard. God sees our tears, He knows our deepest longings, and in His perfect time, in His perfect way, He answers those who call upon Him in faith. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories of faith and hope.